All right, Prim. What's the thing that you've been spending, basically, it seems like all of your hours in 2024 doing?
Yeah, well, I've been going to the movies.
We come to this place for magic. We come to AMC Theatre.
I saw 256 movies in 2024.
That's crazy.
That's
not
insane.
all in the cinema, probably only like 100 or so in the cinema.
Okay.
A normal number.
Are you bankrupt? Do you have any money?
No.
Okay.
No, let me tell you about this beautiful thing the United States has called the AMC Stubs A-Lister membership. AMC is like the main cinema chain. There's that and Regal, but Regal's cringe. Fuck you, Regal.
All right.
Real heads at AMC.
Is this
and
sponsored by AMC?
It's like, I'm always yapping about this. So it's nice I can do this on a slightly more public platform because this can be a lot more effective than just telling every single person I ever meet about it.
You should get it.
I've gotten like 6 or 7 people to get this membership.
Damn.
You know,
You should get
like,
AMC tattooed on your knuckles, and then whenever you meet someone, even if it's loud, you can just
Prim,
AMC.
Yeah. Well, I'm kind of out of space now. I'll get my second knuckles.
Yeah.
I was just gonna get Primroses. I thought that would be kind of cute.
Okay. That'd
Maybe
be
on my
cool.
hands. Anyway, whatever.
AMC.
But it's like $27 US a month, which is, I don't know, maybe 40 Australian bucks. Damn, that's expensive. But you get to see 3 movies a week for free.
Damn, that's value if you see it.
And there's almost no restrictions, like IMAX and shit like that, which is kind of awesome because an IMAX ticket is as much as the monthly subscription. Yeah. So, because I'm bartending, so I am free during the day all the time, and I'm also only working like 2-3 days a week, you know.
Damn.
Right.
So I just have like an insane amount of time just to fuck around and like go do stuff. I don't have that many friends here, so it's like I'm just by myself a lot. There's a limit to how much you can like walk around and read books.
Sure.
So I've been walking around a lot.
Okay.
A lot. But yeah, so I've been going to the movies.
Amazing. Now, this is about 4.92 movies every week for a year. Has your relationship to movies changed? Have you been like, are you more casual about it? And how do you choose a movie? Has that changed?
Yeah, I'm like into movies now because like also I actually wasn't into movies. I was probably averaging maybe 10 movies a year prior to this.
That's where I'm about.
Like, so a lot of people have been coming up to me because like ask me questions about movies and like my advice and stuff, and I have to tell them like I actually like haven't seen anything.
I feel the same.
We're like slowly ticking them off now.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
All the classics. But yeah, my relationship to the cinema has definitely changed. I have a lot less respect for the sanctimony. I have more respect and less respect for the sanctimony of it.
All right, tell us.
Because I've started bringing in food a lot more. The other day, me and a friend brought in a rotisserie chicken and a 6-pack of High Lifes.
Crazy.
I've been getting pretty fucked up in the cinema, to be honest.
Yeah?
There was, when I saw Mad Max Furious for the second time, and my friend blacked out half an hour into it.
Damn.
Oh my God.
And the last time I was getting told off for being too loud, so I shudder to think of how loud I was after I blacked out. But, fuck you, I'm Australian. This is my movie.
Yeah. Good point.
But also more serious because I will not stand for talking or phones. And I regularly do tell people off for being on their phone.
Yep.
And it's amazing how easy it is. So I was on my phone, I just go, turn it off, turn the phone off,
Wow.
put it down. And they do it immediately every time.
Damn.
And then my heart starts beating like crazy. And I can't pay attention to the movie for the next half an hour.
I've done that once, and it was at a charity screening. At a charity screening for a documentary, and somebody next to me was scrolling Twitter the whole time. And
Motherfucker.
for the first, it was like 40 minutes. I was like, I need to tell them off. I need to tell them off. But maybe they'll just stop. Maybe they'll just turn it off. I won't need to say.
They won't.
They won't. And then at one point I was like, yo, can you turn that off? And they're like, yeah, all right. And shut it off.
Yeah.
And then, heart pumping.
Heart pumping. Right? I just don't get it because like I'm cripplingly addicted to my phone. Like it's really like I spend so much time like on my phone. And that's what I've been loving about movies is it's a forced 2 hours of my phone not being in my hand.
Yeah.
So it's like, why would you then want to bring that? It has been good. I've also gone to a lot of like more like indie sort of movie theaters because I do a lot of like older screenings and stuff. So that's been helpful, like ticking shit off like that. And those places are cool because everyone who's there is super into it. So no one's on their phone. Everyone's everyone's there because they like going to the movies, not because they just want to see Wicked.
And they've gone out of their way to like find that particular thing.
Yeah. And then also, they're not cheap,
Like the Carlton Nova cinemas?
Yeah, similar sort of setup like that. Like, I mean, on like, Metrograph and IFC and whatever. But yeah, it's cool.
Wow. Okay. So what Reuben and I have tried to do, and we tried and failed.
My God, we did not make it.
Is we read through all of your Letterboxd reviews till about September, August-ish?
Yeah, the start of August.
Start of August, to try and pick some ones that we would love to hear you talk more about. But we just couldn't. We've had like 2 days to do this. We slowly
We kept coming
ticking
back.
away.
Like, right, it's time for another session of Prim's reviews.
There are some really great reviews in there.
some hilarious ones.
But Jesus, it's getting
Yeah, well,
tired out
that's-
reading. I cannot even fathom
If all of those were 2 hours.
yeah, 2 hours on each of those things.
Yeah, that's what that's what got me into it also was the fact that I just got told about Letterboxd. And I was like, well, this is so much fun. It's like a lot of the time I'm not doing it for the movie. I'm doing it so I get to review the movie.
There it is.
So we've gone through and we found a couple that we would like to hear some thoughts from you about. But have you also got a few that you'd like to talk about?
I'll be honest. I went through them this morning and I just kind of spent the morning just reading through all of my reviews and be like, I'm so funny. Wow, astute observations.
Yeah. It's okay. We've all done it.
So I guess no. But maybe I'll shout out some ones I really liked and some ones I really hated, I suppose.
Yeah, great.
Sure.
Great.
Well, starting off with one that you really hated, we want to hear a bit more about Trap by M. Night Shyamalan.
Dude, I don't want to do this. That movie sucked.
Well, we'll knock it out of the way quickly, then we'll talk about some good ones, hopefully.
Have you guys seen it?
Nah.
No, but in your review you said, I don't want to spend this review talking about all the shit that I didn't like because there was a lot that I didn't like. Like, I don't want to nitpick. So I thought we'd bring it up.
No. That's not Trap. I wrote a lot about Trap. You're thinking of Predators.
Predators is another one that I'd like to hear about. Okay, let's do Trap and then let's do Predators. The only M. Night Shyamalan films I have seen are Avatar: The Last Airbender and Glass.
Yeah, Glass wasn't bad, I thought.
I
also,
hated it.
What, it was bad?
I didn't. Well, I mean, it was a sequel to
It was the third of three,
Split
wasn't it?
and
Unbreakable.
Unbreakable. Actually,
yeah,
I did
'cause
see Split as well.
Split was pretty solid,
Split was
I thought.
alright, yeah.
I haven't seen
James
Glass.
McAvoy's very
or
good.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, James McAvoy's great. I loved him in that movie he just made recently, Speak No Evil.
Okay.
Wasn't a good film, but he was cool in it.
He's
He
good
was
in a
cool
lot
'cause
of
he
bad movies.
He was just like he was
Yeah.
like so charismatic and like awesome, and was like British, and then the losers in the movie were Americans, so that made me feel cool.
Nice.
Fuck Americans.
Yeah, very good.
Okay. Yeah, no, it turns out M. Night Shyamalan is just like fucking awful.
Yeah, I don't think he's a good director.
Because I finally watched The Sixth Sense to be like, all right, this is why he's gotten all this money for all these other movies.
Yeah.
And it was just so bad. And then, he does the M. Night Shyamalan plot twist. And I was like, okay, you get a star for that. I'll give you an extra star. But that's also a terrible movie. But yeah, Trap was just like, it was so painful. They were literally, how I said I'd tell people off for being on their phone. There was a woman on her phone next to me and I just didn't say anything. I was like, honestly,
Wow.
respect. I just started talking full volume in that one.
How was
was
it's
just-
Glenn Powell in that, right?
No, it's Josh Hartnett.
Josh Hartnett. Yeah, I just didn't care for Josh.
Sixth Sense
In,
or
no,
Trap?
in Trap.
It's Josh Hartnett.
I have no idea.
It's Josh Hartnett.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
It was just like, okay, it just
in
made no
Oppenheimer.
fucking sense.
Oh,
it was just like, so the whole thing, right, is that he's trapped. And I get like, it's a movie, but he wasn't trapped. There was nothing trapping him there. They didn't know who they were looking for. They were like, oh, we've done this whole thing to like capture this killer. They thought the killer was fucking black.
So you could have just
they
left at
don't-
any point?
He could have left at any
Oh my
point, and he
God.
just kept acting like he wasn't. And then the movie kept fucking going. He kept doing more M. Night Shyamalan plot twists, and the movie just kept going. And it was like half an hour of it was literally just like the Taylor Swift era's concert.
Yeah.
Like it was just his niece or whatever performing on stage, and
Oh.
she was god awful. Her music sucks. Her acting was beyond terrible.
Oh, what the fuck?
And like it was just like seriously, some of it was like literally just a concert movie.
That's
But
was
not a
so
good
painful.
concert. I feel like if it was a good
No,
concert, that
no.
might be forgivable, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. Honestly, yeah, totally would have forgiven it.
I think that-
I haven't seen many concert movies, but I think they're cool.
I don't like a lot of them. We watched the Olivia Rodrigo one recently.
We did.
We thought it was boring as hell.
Yeah,
that wasn't
there's supposed
well
to be one incredible one. Who's the Psycho Killer song? people?
Psycho Killer. I don't know.
Wait,
There's
I know
this
this
thing.
one. I know this one. I don't know this one.
Talking Heads.
Yes.
The Talking Heads
nice singers.
concert movie is supposed to be like one of the best movies.
Oh, Stop Making Sense or whatever it's called.
Stop Making
People
Sense
will
is
not
supposed to
shut up
rule,
about
yeah.
that movie.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. And I saw recently Interstar 5555, the Daft Punk, not concert movie, but like animation for the
You watched the music
album.
video?
A really
It was-
long one.
Yeah, I just watched a music video, all right? But I paid $20 fucking to go see it.
God. You'd already watched your 3 at AMC and you had to pay extra money to go see.
No, well, this was at a different theater. It was very nice.
Regal?
So Village East.
Oh, all right.
Village East. No, I saw one movie at Regal this year.
One. Right? What was that? Do you remember?
That was the original Matrix.
Ooh.
And my coworker paid for it and I didn't pay him back.
Nice. So you've never given Regal a cent. Not a goddamn dime.
Exactly.
All right, Predators. So Reuben and I, as we've talked about, who knows what episode.
38, maybe?
Maybe. We talked about all of the Predators films because we watched them all. We marathoned them all over a period of time, and we watched them all backwards. So
respect to that.
We know about this film somewhat.
I was going to do that.
Yeah.
No way. And then I was like, this is a great idea. I'm gonna watch because I was inspired by you guys. I was like, fuck yeah. Because Alien vs Predator is probably the coolest movie ever, right? But then I saw see, that's what I'm thinking. Like, these are the coolest concepts ever. And then I saw Predator, and then I saw Predators, and they're both just like awful goddamn movies. I was like, I'm not doing this.
No,
man.
what you want to do is you want to start with Prey.
Prey's the best
because that gives you the momentum to go through quite a number of bad movies. But Prey's really good.
I think what's going to help is this year I'm quitting weed, at least this first month, but we're going to see how long we can last on that.
That sounds like a New Year's resolution because you
which means I'm going to start watching bad stoner comedy. Yeah, that was my New Year's resolution. Yeah. I had, there's a limit to how many like cringe life.
That's a positive one. That's a positive one. That's good.
Yeah. Well, the thing is,
you're also drinking more.
I'm drinking more.
Okay.
So I think I might get into more action movies because I'm just going to be drunk and be like, fuck, dude. Guys rock, man. Fucking, that's badass, man.
Okay.
And so the movies are staying. You're going to do you have a goal this year or are you going to taper it off? Or?
I want to, because I never had the 250 just came about like 9 months into the year or something. I was like, fuck it, I might go for it.
Yeah.
It came down to the fucking wire, man. Thankfully, my boss, because I don't have a TV in my house. But
you watch so many of these not in a cinema.
Yeah, my friend has a TV, so I go to his every so often.
Yeah.
Or like I'll come home from work like strung out at like 2 a.m., 4 a.m. and then watch a movie on my laptop.
Yeah, right.
Which has been a good way to watch some like intense movies like that. Such as whatever. The fucking
you watched too many.
That movie with the fucking
I don't know if you watched. It sounds like you've watched like 2 films.
Uncut Gems. That movie was awesome.
Yes.
I watched that at 10 a.m. I was like clutching my laptop screen, like shaking. It was so awesome.
I think I've seen that like 4 times now. It's one of my favorite films. It's just so intense, edge of your seat the whole time. Oh, it's
that was so good. But yeah, so I'm gonna be drunker. So action movies are probably gonna be more hits, less sort of stoner comedies and stuff.
Sounds
like
like less Cronenberg, maybe if you're not getting high, not in that.
Yeah, probably less Cronenberg, but I've seen most of his now. He's
finished
so cool.
most of them, right?
He's so cool, yeah. Well, I've seen the one I haven't really seen is Videodrome because I've seen up to where he stabs himself in the chest, in the stomach with a knife, maybe 6 or 7 times, and I keep falling asleep.
Oh,
so. I know what's up with that because it's cool.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
Hey, Prim, you know how you watch so many movies this year and you like half watch some and you put anything on, you'll literally watch anything except you didn't watch the movie that we have seen 11 times. You could not finish Death in Brunswick. Tell us about that.
Because it makes me too emotional. I'm just like, I don't know, like I miss Brunswick sometimes. Aww. And like that sort of stuff connection. So I'm like, it's been really hard. I tried one time, then I fell asleep.
Yeah.
But it's been really difficult for me to find the right headspace to watch that movie.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I really want to. And I really want to respect your dedication to watching it 10 fucking times. I really respect that. I think that's awesome. So
we can watch it. We can watch it together. I'll watch it with you.
Can't really bring myself to watch it.
Yeah.
But maybe we're watching like a couple years when Brunswick is just a distant memory.
Okay. All right. Yeah, sure. Another film that we have locked in here is the movie Lock.
Oh,
I fucking love Lock.
That was a 2 a.m. movie.
Yo, was it?
That was fucking sick. Oh,
It's weirdly like meditative and like
it totally would be. I was the other way around.
I need to know about this guy and his concrete.
Dude, yeah, it really like solidified. Tom Hardy's one of my favorite actors. Yeah, definitely 100%. In my top 3.
He's great.
It's him, Colin Farrell, and whoever I think of next.
Wow, this is
James McAvoy.
This has a great cast. It has Andrew Scott, Olivia Colman, Tom Holland.
You know what's fun about that cast, Jett?
What?
Only one of them is ever on screen. The rest are voice roles.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's an amazing movie.
All right, I'm adding this to my watch later.
It's so good.
He's seriously, because I didn't realize that that's what they were going for. I knew nothing about the film.
Yeah.
I just wanted to watch a Tom Hardy film.
Oh, that would
So I
be a
just
fun
seen
surprise.
Bronson.
Yeah.
And it took me like 20 minutes to realize, oh my God, are they really doing this?
They're really doing this.
This is really just the car for 84 minutes. So cool.
I think
so many
they filmed it
incredible
over
quotes.
3 or 4 nights, and they just did the whole thing, not in one take, but in one go in chronological order, and then just took what they got, and that's what they had.
because he gets crazier and crazier.
Yeah.
But some of the quotes in that, like how insanely into concrete he is.
Yeah. Every
That shit
time he
was
talks to
sick.
his imaginary dad in the back seat, just going unhinged.
Good. Oh yeah, one of his quotes I liked saying was the concrete displays man's domination over God, your ability to steal the sky and displace the air.
So good.
I've never thought about skyscrapers in that way.
I've never
But
thought
that's
about
bad.
skyscrapers. So
Yeah,
good.
that's true. I'm
Also,
just got a
flawless Irish accent the whole time.
well, he is Irish.
Yeah, but he's done so many
Isn't
other
he?
roles. He's done the Bane voice. He's done whatever he was doing in the Bike Riders, which I didn't see, but that was a heavy accent. He's just a very capable actor.
The Bike Riders was a fine movie.
Yeah.
It wasn't great, but it was fine.
Okay.
He's English, apparently.
He had his Mad Max accent.
I was going to say, completely different again. When he does talk.
Oh, it's like 3 words.
Yeah, silence.
Yeah.
So, Prim, I noticed on one of your reviews, I can't remember which one because there's over 250 of them, but you said something along the lines of, damn, I've only realized now that I should watch more films with an actor that I like.
Prim said that about
Yes, that
Judas
was-
and the Black Messiah.
Oh,
I did
yes.
because it was Lakeith
Lakeith
Stanfield.
Stanfield. Yep.
I'm going to put him as my number 3.
There you
That
go.
guy fucking rules.
Incredible. Fantastic in
because
Atlanta.
That was one of the first movies I watched this year. 13th of Feb 2024. Sorry to Bother You.
Yes.
With Lakeith Stanfield. That's
a wild
easily one of the
movie.
greatest movies I've ever seen in my life. It was just so incredible. It was everything I ever want.
Wow.
It was amazing.
I really liked it. I felt like a bit
and
of it
so
went over
crazy.
my head, maybe, or it just felt very, I don't know, weird for the sake of being weird, indie kind of, just a lot going on, you know?
Yeah, which worked. And I guess I can see why you just like, oh, whatever.
Yeah.
But that worked for me.
I
think.
did like it. I did like it.
And I loved him in
Ending's
that.
crazy.
So then I was like, yeah, he's so cool looking, Lakeith. Oh man, I love that guy. And so I was like, oh, what if I just watch other stuff he's in?
Yep.
And I didn't love Judas and the Black Messiah as much as this. I wasn't paying attention to it as much as I should have been.
Sure.
Or really in the right mindset. I just didn't care a little bit. I just wanted to watch a movie.
Yeah.
But it was a good movie. I would recommend it.
This is like the third or fourth time already in our conversation that this has come up of you may not enjoy the movie, but there's a performance that you really resonate with, and that's enough to be like, yeah, I got something out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How is IMAX over there? Because I know that us here in Melbourne, we're very privileged to have a proper full-scale IMAX
Best
screen,
IMAX.
like one of the best in the
Yeah,
world.
I didn't realize that we had the best IMAX in the world.
Yeah.
Crazy.
There are good ones and there are not so good ones.
Okay.
The
'Cause a lot of
Kips
them
Bay
are
IMAX
full
is
size,
pretty
yeah.
solid.
Okay.
The Times Square IMAX, not half bad.
All right.
The Lincoln Square IMAX, pretty good. The 34th and 8th IMAX, pretty shit. I try and avoid that one. I tend to avoid that one.
Cool. Good to know. Good to know. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, so which one's the best one to go to?
It's definitely Lincoln Square.
Okay, cool.
Well, see, it depends. I would say it's probably Kips Bay because the seats are comfier.
Ah.
But Lincoln Square is just a bit bigger. It's huge. It's the biggest.
Okay,
But
yeah.
Kips Bay is easy for me to get to. It's a nice walk. The Times Square one has a funnier layout. It's very long.
Weird.
Not as wide. It's very long, and there's some seats you can really sit up the back. Me and my friend Cole went doing some ketamine and getting drunk and watching the Minions Despicable Me 4.
Yep.
Sitting right at 12 a.m. IMAX premiere Times Square for
Wow.
that.
Hated
That was
that.
a fun time. Didn't enjoy that movie. That was a bad movie, and I was fucked up for that movie. You know.
Yeah.
The conditions were right, but
The conditions were pretty perfect. I'd just seen Horizon, the Kevin,
Oh,
Yeah.
The
Whatever
Horizon
thing.
an
Zero
American
Dawn
saga
Chapter 1.
part.
which wasn't great, but we have a lot of love for it. And I would have liked to see all of them, you know?
But
Yeah,
they're not
It
doing
was like,
more?
honestly, it was a pretty good love letter to like the American West. Like
Yeah.
the scenes were beautiful. It was really nicely shot. But I'm never going to watch the rest of them if they're not in cinemas.
Yeah, right.
I see.
Damn. What else have we got on this list here, Reuben?
Oh, the next one I think is Thelma, which we had never really heard of, except maybe I'd seen one poster. So we wanted to know what Thelma's about because you wrote
Thelma's
beautifully about it.
fantastic. Yeah, I really like that. Yeah, so it's just kind of like a Mission Impossible like action movie spoof sort of thing, but the lead is just like an 83-year-old or something grandma, and she gets scammed out of like $10,000 because she's an old woman,
classic grandma,
whatever, right?
Wait, what?
And she's so she kind of gets like put in a home because they're like, oh, we can't trust her anymore. She's losing it, but she's not really losing it. She just like is an old woman and got scammed, right?
Yeah.
So then, in an effort to like prove herself, she goes and tracks the money down and gets it back with the aid of her like just young grandson, who I saw myself in a lot of, just a guy my age sort of thing, loves his grandma. So that was really beautiful. The woman, the main actor, she did all her own stunts.
Whoa!
Which is the stunts were like falling down off a bed, or like
that could
tripping
kill
on
an
some
old
stairs.
woman.
but that is not to diminish it. Like it's more like a funny thing to say that she did her own stunts.
Yeah.
But also, like, she really seemed to like give a lot to this role and really loved it. And so I was crying a lot because I miss my grand stuff, my grandmas. And they're getting old. I'm like, I really hope I get to see him again.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was really just a really lovely movie. And there was a bunch of other old people in the cinema, and I was like getting all snotty and crying, and they were just watching the movie.
You were like, this reminds me of my grandma. And they were like, oh, this reminds me of my grandson.
Exactly. But that's a good movie.
Yeah, nice. That's also going on the watch list for me.
Yeah.
I like that it's not just like, grandma goes on a big Mission Impossible hunt for the sake of it, but is actually somewhat related to, a lot of old people get scammed out of so much money in this new technological age.
It was a very real story. It made total sense. There were there was no movie magic.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. It was good.
Wow.
Sick.
Yeah, I'm not terribly into movie magic, to be honest.
Tell us more about that. What do you mean? Like portholes and contrivances.
I'm thinking Disney. That gives me Disney
just like characters that are fucking losers because they happen to be in a movie. It all works out for them.
Yeah. Right.
Like any Jack Black film. Like. I think I said something one time where it's just like, Jack Black is so great at playing characters that would kill themselves in the next 5 years should the events of the movie not conspire.
Yeah.
Oof. And I was like, when I was watching Gremlins and like that fuck up inventor loser dad and like it just happens to work out for him. Like it was really pissing me off. Like I just have no time for losers, especially because these aren't interesting characters. They're normally just like straight white men that honestly should have access to anything they want or should be able to achieve whatever they want, but they're losers, but everything works out for them because they are in a movie. And that shit just doesn't interest me.
That's a lot of, I feel like, 90s, I was going to say rom-coms, not rom-coms, but comedies. I watched American Pie the other day for the first time ever.
Yeah.
And that one I'm like, oh, these guys start as absolute losers who are like trying to manipulate the situations that they're in and the women to getting laid before they finish high school. But by the end, they've learned that they actually do love these women and have learned a kind of lesson and aren't really losers anymore because they're in a movie. So it's like, but they're I don't know, ethics and values haven't changed. It's just that they got closer to their goals and just became more heartful instead of keeping those misogynistic traits.
It just kind of worked out for them.
It just worked out for them. They didn't learn a lesson.
I don't care about these characters. Fuck them,
One that came out recently that I'm really interested in watching because people keep talking to me. They keep yapping to me about it.
People keep talking about this movie.
Is The Substance.
Oh, you haven't seen The Substance?
No.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah.
I think people are taking it too seriously.
Oh.
Okay.
I don't think it has any deep meaning. It's pretty fucking surface level. It's pretty, it's tough for women and they get old and suddenly they don't have any value. Society doesn't give them any value anymore and they feel like they're forced to make these changes thing, which is obviously a real theme and like incredibly important and serious. Yeah. But it doesn't go any deeper than that.
Right.
And I think because it's a good movie, people are looking for more than that. like creating more than that in the movie.
Sure.
When it's not that. It's just this one simple thing, which is not a critique, and it allows the movie to get weirder with it. It was a really fantastic movie. And it was cool. I've been working on being hornier recently, and which has resulted in just kind of enjoying movies when they have boobs and stuff like that. Especially not like this was a good one because it wasn't in a gratuitous way. Like it seemed very fitting. Shout out Demi Moore for getting as naked and vulnerable on screen as she did. You know, it's a 63-year-old woman, and she looked incredible.
Yeah.
I think that was, I don't know. I feel like anything I'm going to say here kind of goes against what I just said about like it being tough. Well, because it's tough for older women. And then so for her to then go out and do that as a 63-year-old and get like that naked on screen was really, I guess, kind of powerful and like whatever, you know. I think that was really cool of her. I like that a lot. And it was also really funny and stuff like that. And then it got fucking insane and weird and spooky and crazy.
Everyone who talks about this movie like talks around it, like there's a big spoiler or like a twist or like a significantly scary scene. So I'm like, I feel like like thank you for telling us about the movie. That's enough to make me watch it. But I do feel like every time I've heard about this movie, I've heard just like the outside of the movie, and I'm like, what is it though? Why is it good? Is it good horror? Is it fun, elevated? Is it good performance?
Well, the basic plot is
she
takes a substance to make herself young again, essentially. But you know, nothing works at draw cards. So
give me a little bit of Love Lives Bleeding vibes.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
No. These are just two movies that are good with women.
Good with women, but also like focus around some sort of injecting substance for looks and.
She's just like taking steroids, isn't she?
Yeah, but she's doing it for a beauty pageant, like a big muscly beauty pageant thing.
It's a different thing. All
right. Maybe I'll just have to watch the substance.
The substance is more like a cultural commentary on how society views women.
Yeah, gotcha.
Whereas she just wanted to look cool and buff.
Yeah, which respect.
Based on the conversation,
that was a great movie. Thoroughly enjoyed that movie too. Yeah,
amazing.
Really good.
The last film that you watched this year, because you've been honestly going through your letterbox. We were trying to find the first and last movie you watched. The first is very hard to find because you logged a bunch of stuff for the 29th of January.
Yeah, that's when I first downloaded Letterboxd. I've been going through and having to like cut off a couple and like put some better dates in. Because I'm not. I think they were all in January.
Yeah. But the last film you watched was pretty discernible. That was Better Man.
Oh, it was too. Yeah. So I confused with A Different Man, and that wasn't the last movie I watched.
I guess that's what happens when you watch so many movies in a year.
Yeah,
with
Better
bad
Man.
titles.
Yeah, well, because that was my last time getting high for a considerable amount of time. Oh. So I was like, fuck it, let's just eat all the edibles I have in the house and go see Better Man. And similar to A Complete Unknown by Bob Dylan, I didn't know a single song. Yeah. I knew one song. I knew like a Rolling Stone, and then in this, I knew Let Me Entertain
That was in there?
Which fucking rules, dude. I've been listening all the time. I sung that in karaoke on Wednesday.
Oh, great. I remember
that song is so fucking sick.
The music video for that is scorched into my brain.
Oh, I'm going to watch that after this then. Yeah. But I didn't like any other songs. Like, these all suck. It was so funny, like just hearing the way people talk about me, like British people, like, yeah, when you're coming home from the pub after a couple pints and you're in the taxi and they start playing Angels and you start sobbing, mate. You just start sobbing. I'm like, this song is ass. Like, I don't get the thing of it. Yeah. But biopics are inherently boring as shit and no one cares unless you actually absolutely love the artist.
Yeah.
So you do have to do something weird and interesting. And making him a monkey was a fucking genius decision. It was so cool. It was so awesome. I loved that. It meant we now, like, society as a whole has access to some pretty awesome imagery, such as a monkey shooting up. That's awesome that now we have the ability to create that, and that has been created. I can just kind of Google that and see that now if I want to.
You know, Planet of the Apes came out like 10 years ago. Like, we could have done it then, but we didn't.
Yeah, well, they didn't shoot up heroin in Planet of the Apes.
No, they didn't. Might have been a better movie if they did.
It's not about whether they could or not. It's that they did.
I see. You
know, I can think up some fucked up things. I can't put them into existence because I don't have the ability to do that, you know?
I do.
Which is, I think, something that annoys me about AI. It cheapens all these, like, it cheapens, because now I could just make a monkey shoot up, but I'm not. This is like with intent. Someone animated that. And the reason they did it, I was reading some interview with the director, was because it's supposed to like elicit more empathy and like emotion, you know, because you see like a guy doing.
I've seen a million times.
The quote was, "There's nothing funny about a monkey doing cocaine."
Yeah.
Because it just looks sad, right? Whereas see a guy do it, usually it's like kind of badass.
Yeah.
The issue is when you're on a lot of edibles or just in general, there's a lot funny about a monkey doing cocaine. It's like really, it's like the funniest shit ever.
Remember, kids,
he gets a hand job. And It's so funny. It's so awesome. He's a monkey. And like the monkey nose, it's a lot wider. So you can't just snort. You have to use a straw. But you can really get a lot of cocaine.
Oh my God.
Remember, kids, there's nothing funny about seeing a monkey die while doing coconut water slave labor.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, that isn't funny. No, that's my thing. They're not dying. So that's why I'm wanting the monkeys to talk, because the monkeys aren't going to die.
Okay, sorry, I see. I do wonder between this and the like upcoming Pharrell Williams Lego music biopic.
Oh, that came out ages ago, dude.
Did it? Well, not here.
No, it's out.
I saw that like 6 months ago.
Ah, fucking hell. All right,
I was working. It was karaoke night at work and no one was there. So I was like, fuck this. I'm going to the movies.
I wonder if
I
it's
just went and saw that instead.
The new way to do biopics.
Yeah, because it was fantastic. I mean, I love Pharrell, and it was so good to like hear all these songs. Be like, damn, he really just is the GOAT. Like, actually, like undisputably, probably the greatest to ever do it. And so that was cool. And there wasn't as much like love and charm in that aspect of Lego than there is in like the Lego Batman or whatever. It was a little bit more animated-y. But yeah, because apparently he made the whole movie and then was like, this is cringe. Put it in Lego.
Really?
Wow.
So like the whole movie exists, but it's just in Lego.
That's wild.
Or at least I guess a lot of the interviews would. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought that was a really good movie.
Do you think you enjoyed that
mostly,
one?
Maybe it wasn't that good. It was just
music?
Great. Yeah, the music's great, and like it was just great to see Pharrell. I just like the music and stuff.
Yeah. Do you have any honorable mentions that you wanna bring up?
Yeah, I guess I'll just give a quick like shout out to a few 5 stars.
Yeah, do that.
Because like this is less interesting, I guess, because like I said, I really haven't seen many movies, so now I'm just gonna be talking about movies that everyone here has seen. Like
maybe not.
Interstellar. Got to see it in IMAX. That fucking ruled. Watch that on the biggest screen you got possible. Whiplash. I remember watching that in high school and I was just like on my computer or whatever, and just being like, it was like a movie where I was just like, I don't care. I wouldn't have done any of these decisions. This is like, he's like, why is he doing any of these things?
That's it. I
still feel that way.
Why does he care? But then I watched it in IMAX and I don't know, I got it. It made sense to me. It was so cool. It was incredible. He cares so fucking much. How awesome is that to care that much? Yeah. To give your whole, like, everything you've ever, that's it.
To care so much that you want to get, like, bullied to do better, you know?
Just to work that, I don't know, like, I'm trying to, like, work a little harder these days. Cut back to me doing ketamine. But, like, yeah, you know. And I don't know, that was like really inspirational. Just like that fucking imagine if you cared that much. Imagine what everyone could achieve if the world cared that much.
I hate that movie really and I hate this take, but you're allowed to have it.
I guess it's because you do this sort of art shit in a nice way.
I try not to do it like that.
Yeah, exactly. So that makes total sense why you wouldn't like it.
Okay, this is interesting.
But because I don't do anything creative and it's just like physical shit, I guess. So, whatever. Brokeback Mountain. Oh, that was top 3 hardest cries of the year.
Wow.
That, Iron Claw, and The Outrun.
Right.
Okay.
Were my big cries of the year. I love going to the movie and crying. Iron Claw was so funny because it was a pretty packed theater of men all by themselves. Like every single man went alone. And so just like the entire theater was just all men silently crying.
It's beautiful.
No one dared make a sound.
Aww.
Because that's fucking gay, dude. If you're crying, bro, but like
there's something amazing about that.
It was so beautiful. It was so beautiful. Yeah, I'm sure if like one dude started making noise, we all just open
the floodgates.
Like it was really beautiful. Wow. It fucking ruled. Okay. Well, obviously I'm gonna talk about Furiosa, Mad Max. I broke my fucking finger for that movie. I am in $2,800 of medical debt for that movie. I bought my dad an AMC Stubbs A-lister membership for that movie. I saw on premiere because the situation is I was at work at Lion's Head Tavern, a shitty fucking sports bar. It was the worst. That bar sucked. I really hated it. And I'm moving kegs around and I drop a keg on my finger. So really fucking hurt. And like, I think I might have broke it. It was just a pinky. I think I broke it, but like fractured or whatever sort of thing. Anyway, I'm there and I'm like, there's 2 other people at work. It's dead. You know, it's all tips. I'm not going to make that much money. And I'm just like, I don't want to fucking be here. So I just like go to my boss. I'm like, hey, like I actually like broke my finger. I got to go. I got to go to the hospital. And he's like, okay, cool. Just make sure you get the information for our insurance. And I was like, fuck, I wasn't going to go to the hospital. I was just going to go get drunk. And so I was like, oh yeah, no sweat. Like, oh, but like, I can tell him it wasn't at work if you like don't want to deal with all that. He's like, no, it's cool. We got insurance. We'll do it. So, and the hospital's fucking a block up. So I do that. I'm sitting there for fucking hours. That was the one where I put the photo of the hospital band on my Instagram story and said, apparently you can drink too much alcohol. Why did no one tell me this? Which was really funny because some people responded in earnest and also a lot of people didn't respond. So now there's just a lot of people out there that like follow me on Instagram that are like somewhat friends with me that think I don't know that and that I drank so much alcohol I ended up in hospital. And I drink a lot of alcohol.
We were worried.
I'm not doing that. I'm not going to end up in a hospital because I drank too many beers.
Did anyone just like the story and that's it?
Yeah, like a lot of people just like,
I didn't know this.
Yeah, so funny. But I had a lot of people hitting me up very concerned.
Yeah.
But anyway, then I'm like checking out times because I Mad Max was on there's a calendar behind the bar at work, and I was like carrying down how many sleeps till Mad Max. Like it was all I was talking about. I was so obsessed with it. And then I was like at that show, I was like, oh shit, I'm actually right near Lincoln 81st. Like I could probably make it the 11 p.m. showing. And so I'm texting my friend Corbin, who's just like at home chilling. My dad's in bed, like lying in bed. He's like an hour away. They both are like an hour away from the cinema. And I'm like, hey, get ready. I might be out of hospital in time for this. I might be able to make the 11 o'clock showing. Just get on step. My dad's in his pajamas. And so he gets ready, he gets going, and then it's all looking good. The X-rays going through, it's happening. I'm like, all right, come on, quick. And then they do the X-rays. I'm like, okay, cool. Can I leave now? Like, nah, you just gotta sit for wait for a couple hours, wait for the results. I'm like, I don't want to do that. I can't do that. I have to go see Mad Max. And they're like, okay, we can get you discharged, but we don't recommend this. You're not gonna get the result. I was like, I don't care. I don't fucking care. Get me out. So they're just like, okay, just sign here. We'll fill out the rest for us. Like, thank you. So I fucking signed it all. The train was down, so I had to get a fucking like a line bike, ride it all the way down like Broadway. But then we made it. Walked in as Nicole Kidman was doing her AMC intro. Fucking look at the popcorn bucket right now. It was awesome. Like I just missed the Australian accent so fucking bad. And have you guys seen it?
Yeah.
We loved it. Well, I loved it.
I thought it was pretty right.
That opening line of just Furiosa.
Yeah, right. Oh,
it's the most disgusting Australian accent you've ever heard. It was so beautiful. And then I have a lot of thoughts about it in terms of I ended up seeing it 3 times in cinemas.
Nice.
But because I wanted to make like a full write-up about it and I just never did. It's just it was bloated. It didn't need to be that long or that big. And I think maybe like it's a shame because like he did so perfectly with the first one. Yeah. So it was nice that it was so different. I think maybe he lost control of it a tad. It could have used some slightly sharper editing. But as someone who loved it so much, I don't care. I think it was too bloated for the masses. But for me, it could have been 3.5 hours. It could have been 4 hours. Like I'm just gonna watch an infinite amount of Mad Max.
Sounds like the Batman to me. I was like, I don't care that this is bloated for the masses. I just want to be in this world for long.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think Batman was bloated for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Chris Hemsworth's character is seriously one of like the most incredible characters I have ever seen in my life. It was clearly what he was waiting his entire life to do. The man from fucking Phillip Island. Yeah. The way he kind of made it sound like it was a fake Australian accent to some extent was just so incredible. That was like so amazing. I loved that. I love just the fleshing out of all the characters. You got to see all of it. Anya Taylor-Joy fucking sucked. What the fuck?
She's so terrible.
He was cast the smallest, skinniest woman in Hollywood to play Furiosa.
Right. If they did this back when it was still Charlize Theron.
Yeah, you fucking kidding me? You cast Anya Taylor-Joy to play Charlize Theron.
Yeah. And then right at the end they put Charlize in and show you those scenes and I'm like, now you're just reminding me of the thing that I really liked.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Charlize was fucking incredible.
Fuck, that was
I recently watched the Black and Chrome edition of Fury Road.
Yep.
Sucked. Because I just wanted to see the action in all its glory, and now suddenly it's fucking black and white. That was stupid.
Yeah, that movie's already basically 2 shades. Like there's such intense and carefully thought through color grading. I don't want to see it in black and white. I want to see it in orange and blue.
Because I loved it in I loved it the black and white version of Godzilla -1. That was really cool. For some reason, I don't know. I was having a weird day. I cried in the entire movie.
Wow.
Which isn't that sad. I was like sobbing. My friend like next thing was like, hey, are you all right? Like something happened? I was like, the human condition got to me. The idea of like dying for your country and then not dying for your country, it's a beautiful movie. But that was cool because you could focus on people's faces because it's black and white.
I like
this. I want to see the action.
Logan, there's a black and white version of Logan.
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh, really I'll totally watch that. That's probably really good.
Yeah.
Oh, Daddy-O was kind of funny.
Daddy-O.
It's Sean Bean and Dakota Johnson. Sean Penn and Dakota Johnson. And it's the same sort of style as Locke. It's just the entire thing is in a taxi.
Oh, okay.
Oh, shit.
The issue is it wasn't good. And
No, you got me excited. You're like, here's a thing like Locke. And I was like, I'm in. But it's not good.
It wasn't the worst.
All
but
right.
I was like,
okay.
It wasn't.
All right.
It wasn't great.
You got one left.
Joker 2 was a huge disappointment for me.
Yeah.
As someone who I saw the original Joker 3 times in cinemas.
Oh, you were the target audience. You were meant to hate it, my friend.
I was so aggressively the target audience for the first one. And I think I've done a lot of maturing and stuff like that since then. Not that I was up. No, I mean, I'm not even, that's not true. I'm just like an adult now and like haven't gotten worse. I've just progressed, because it's been 5 years. I'm 5 years older, right?
It also sounds sounds like the second movie is made as a critique. So it's not surprising that your reaction was different. But go on.
No, see, here's the thing. I was excited for a critique. I heard they're killing him off, and I was like, that is fucking perfect. That's what I want. Because it spawned so much awful shit.
Yeah. It's fucked up.
People took the trick the wrong way. I think it wasn't as good as like I thought it was.
Yeah.
The first one for sure.
Yeah.
But people just got so fucking weird and creepy about it.
Yeah.
And just like became again this like alt-right hero sort of thing.
Yeah. Like Heath Ledger's the Joker did as well.
Yeah.
So insane. People can't be trusted with the Joker.
No.
Which is tragic because I love the Joker. I think he's awesome.
Well, that's I think a lot of people think he's awesome. He's like, I could do that. What if I thought society was bad?
Yeah, I feel marginalized. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like you don't feel Joker does it in cool ways. You just hate black people.
Yeah.
You're just you're just mad it's not the 1950s anymore.
Yeah.
Like, so I was super excited about how they were going to treat the Joker. And the musical thing, I was like, fuck it, let's make it even weirder. Let's go how weird can we go? Let's get insane. Let's really kill off this character in the worst way possible. The issue is the movie just wasn't good.
It's kind of boring. Like, it's really just Arkham or a courtroom. There's not a whole lot of set dressing. The musical numbers are kind of just dream sequence sort of things that just pop in and pop out. They don't feel really connected. I do think the best thing about it is Harley Quinn, is Lady Gaga's Harley Quinn.
She was good.
I just really like the reconceptualization of that character within that world.
Yeah, I think, your two options were to either make it really good, or I wrote in this, and this was like a quick thought I had, it should have been like a novella, like 100 pages of just like, because I think it was like kind of cool that he felt the need to say something about this creation. And say a fuck you. But it would have also been kind of cool if it was in a medium that was less accessible to these fucking losers, because they're too scared to read a book.
Why not make it a sequel comic book? They often do that. There's like sequel comic books to Batman 89.
Well, because I'd rather read a novella than a comic book.
Sure.
And also maybe it's less cool in a novella, whereas a comic book you can still draw and do cool shit.
Yeah.
In a novella, like you have to use your imagination.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's not a great suggestion. But it was just like a quick thought I had was like, because it's such I think it's so awesome they went for the second story. It's just a shame that it wasn't good. But I liked I liked the intention.
I'm seeing the look in your eyes, and you seem like you have one more thing for us.
Yeah, okay. So I just figured I should talk about this one because this one seems important to you guys and the friends of the pod. Deadpool vs. Wolverine.
Yep. You hated this.
That was an awful movie.
Yeah.
Just beyond that. I think there was some really like disgusting actions taken in terms of the sanctity of cinema. The AI Wolverine was so insanely bad.
What do you mean, like the
just
CGI?
Shows such an absolute distaste for this being an art. It's
I
just
don't think I know about this. When is this?
Oh, he's just like CGI'd in for a lot of it, and like
CGI, yeah.
Like I guess not AI so much, but I'm always looking for a way to talk shit about AI. But he's like, and it's just like I don't know, it's just such like there's that one scene where like he jumps out of the truck and just like stays in that one position, like hovering a bit, and it's just like you guys clearly like don't care about making a good movie, you just want to fucking make money because the original Deadpool movies are not bad movies.
No, the first one's great.
And the thing I said, I think I got in arguments with you and another friend in the comments about my review was. I think a beautiful thing about Deadpool is like he's funny, he's stupid, and he's accessible. You know,
yeah.
My dad just like randomly watched Deadpool too.
Yeah.
You know, he loves Logan. Like he probably, if I said something, he would have gone to see this in cinemas. You know, he would be like, fuck yeah, dude. Hugh Jackman's back. I love Hugh Jackman. He's an Australian icon, you know? So it's supposed to be such an accessible, easy, fun movie. And for some reason, it's like load bearing and so insane and over the top and marvelly. And I just thought that was such a weird choice. And I just didn't really respect the amount of the way they did the reference fest because it's like the first two Deadpool's making fun of that.
Yeah.
Deadpool thinks that's lame. And now suddenly Deadpool thinks that's cool.
Yeah.
Or is like making jokes to just lampshade the fact that they have the references. So people are still like, whoa,
So
it's
much
Chris
of that.
Evans. But, you know.
I don't know. I just like whatever, you know. There was also, I think Deadpool's also not like, I actually think Deadpool is like not unfunny. Like the first couple are funny. He just like wasn't funny in this. Like Ryan Reynolds is not a funny person. He's really awful. One thing that really pissed me off, the amount of gay jokes he constantly made and all that ass slapping, like all those scenes about like pulling on the ass real tight and being like, I don't know, that's just a sort of humor that's like, it's not funny anymore.
Yeah, like here's the thing with that. I also felt a bit weird about it. But also, Deadpool is a canonically like pansexual character, so it's less like, I mean, it's gay jokes for the people who don't know that because it's not communicated well. I don't think that's communicated well enough.
Someone makes a sexual advance, a man makes a sexual advance at him, and he asks for the intimacy quarter end or something like that.
Yeah.
He like gets uncomfortable, and it's like,
but he's doing that to everyone else.
But he actually like, and I have because it would be cool to see Deadpool fuck a dude.
Dude, I mean, people online were like, yo, when Deadpool and Wolverine are fighting in that van, and it sort of cuts away and you just see outside and the van's just like, they're fucking. And then once they're done, they haven't ripped each other to shreds. They've just had sex.
Yeah, but it's like, these are like gay jokes for like high school kids and like fucking idiots. And it's just like, I don't know. I just didn't like that at all. So I thought that was pretty terrible. That's about it. You know, I mean, like, I'm complaining about a movie that I don't know. I think maybe I would have liked to see this movie, and I think conceptually I would have liked to enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's Deadpool who I like. It's Wolverine who I like. I like Hugh Jackman. I used to think Ryan Reynolds was kind of funny. He's got some good stuff in him, and it just got twisted and distorted into this fucking just disappointment.
One of my favorite bits of Deadpool 1 was at the end, they had it scripted for a big gunfight. And basically they didn't get enough money from Fox. They thought they were going to get it, and then the producers or whatever said, no, we're not giving you that much money. So they had to rewrite it so that he leaves the duffel bag of guns in the car that drives away. So he's like, all right, I guess we're not having big explosions of that. We're just going to use our two fucking swords and beat these enemies up like one by one. And it's great. It's a lot, you know, it isn't high budget, but that's kind of the fun of it. It's like he's not this incredible superhero is doing all these big explosions, whatever. He's just sort of like doing these gross, intimate moments. There's a bit in the first one where he puts a car cigarette lighter inside someone's mouth. You don't need CGI for that, but that's like, oh, what the fuck? That's gross.
Yeah,
but
that's kind of all I'm asking for.
It's like, oh,
you know?
okay.
I'm not asking for much more, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I just didn't think, like I said, like my dad was saying, I just didn't think I would be the wrong person for this movie. And I clearly was, and that's a shame.
Yeah.
When Deadpool movies were outsiders, it matched Deadpool's energy. But now that the movies are a mainstream part, they're being made by Marvel Studios themselves. They've got a high budget. And also, Deadpool is more well-known and well-liked as a character and as a concept. They're not outsiders anymore, and so it's lost its identity.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's exactly it, yeah. Also, I brought a 12-pack in, and I offered a beer to the guy next to me, and he said no.
0 out of 5 stars.
So it just, like, put me on a real rough thing. I was like, so I'm just seeing this with losers.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was there with the hottest girl in the cinema, so, you know, that's kind of cool.
That's respectable. That's good. Damn. Well, thank you for giving us a rundown of, like, a decent chunk
of... The opportunity. This is very enjoyable. I feel like I talked for like 2 hours.
It's great.
It has been about 2 hours of recording, so yeah, you're spot on there. Pretty incredible. Yeah, this makes me definitely want to go see a lot more films in 2025.
Yeah, the watch list just got bigger.
We'll see a lot. We'll see a lot together, pal.
Yeah, am I getting an AMC membership?
Oh, you have to.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, I would like to hear after this 2024 of seeing so many films, what is your plan for 2025?
I think I don't want to set too crazy goals. I'm just going to say 200 and be happy.
Okay.
But I'm going to be moving into a new place with probably a TV in April. So there's that. And I want to spend more time going to the more indie cinemas and just seeing a lot more of the classics.
Right.
You know, all the Coppolas, like the Godfather movies, whatever. Like, you know, a lot of that sort of stuff. And then also perhaps less engaged, less in Hollywood shit and regular boring action stories, and maybe see some things that are going to make me think, or some slightly more outsider stuff, and really like be a part of cinema as an art rather than a form of entertainment.
Yeah, right. Yeah, interesting. Okay.
Good stuff.
Would you recommend to anyone to finish 250 plus movies in a year?
Yeah, it really wasn't that big. It wasn't that hard. It wasn't that big deal.
There was a day that you watched like 5 films. That's kind of a crazy deal.
Well, yeah, but I'm just like sitting around all day, like. You know, I mean, it's cool. Like, I still work, you know, like I still put food on the table. Like, my work just starts at 11 p.m. sometimes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm just gonna, and if I'm waking up at like, you know, 10 o'clock in the morning, there's so many hours of the day free to just do whatever the fuck I want. Like, yeah, you can just watch a bunch of movies and still be productive member of society, you know? It really wasn't an issue.
Wow.
And I don't really know what else I was supposed to do with my time.
No, it's not like you're in like what someone called the greatest city in the world, with an insanely dense population and amount of things to do.
Okay, tell what you're gonna see, dude. You're gonna come here and you're gonna be like, whoa, the moment's so cool. Whoa, the Whitney's sick. And then you're gonna go back to those galleries in a month because you're like, oh well, fuck, I got nothing to do. I should probably go see it. And you're like, oh, I've already fucking seen all this.
I'm bored as shit.
And then you're gonna go to other guys and you're like, that's cool. And then you're like, oh, well, I'd like to go to a restaurant, maybe get a drink or something. And then you're like, no, it's fucking 3 PM and I have work later. I can't go have a beer now. Or like, oh, I've walked down the street 1 billion times. I'm going to do it again. But, you know, you just kind of, it's cold outside, man. It's negative degrees. It's really fucking cold. What else do you want me to do?
Fair. I respect it. That's fair. All right.